This is not my menu planning video. This is my, hey, I'm still here in a live video. I don't know. I've been like isolated as much as I can be, because I don't want to give this to the rest of the family, although my daughter woke up yesterday sick, but my son hasn't. Knock on wood, my husband thinks it's because he's been so pumped full of steroids for his serum sickness that he's a little invincible right now. And my mom, thankfully, is fine. And if we're going by days, I can resume the land of the living Monday. But I'm hoping maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'm super fatigued still. This is the most I felt normal. Like I'm gonna aim for a shower today. I still have a sore throat. I didn't have it yesterday. I lost my voice for one day, and that was the worst of the sore throat. I've had a fever on and off. My ears are clogged. I don't know. I just feel brain mush right now. It's not COVID. It was just, a virus cold thing that my husband so lovingly brought home because his students so lovingly brought them to school. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about on this video. I just felt like doing something because I've just been like FYP scrolling. I usually just watch the videos of the people I follow. But when I'm sick, I'm just scrolling, and somehow all the medical show copyright infringement clips find their way on my FYP, and it's been Chicago Med, which I don't watch, but I'm watching these clips, and I'm at a point in my life I can't watch medical shows because I'm going to inherit all of these problems. So I've been watching those clips, Lady Gaga concert clips. I've somehow found my way onto Archer and Fryboy clips from Hershey Park, and everyone complaining about their health insurance premiums. I'm on such a wide spectrum of FYP, and I don't know if I'm coming or going. I've tried reading on my Kindle, and I'm like 89% done with a book that I'm completely infuriated and frustrated by, that I have to take reading breaks because I just want to throw the book in the trash. So my husband, he brought in my Golden Girls book to be like, here's some other distraction for you. But yeah, if you're new here, I get sick hard, and I've been that way since I was a kid. I was the kid who got sick, and I had to be out of school for like 3 weeks because I could never shake a fever. I would always have symptoms of like strep, but I didn't have strep, but like the unbelievable sore throats and aches and sweats. I never got sick easily. And that has followed me into adulthood. Unfortunately, my husband brought home this sickness and didn't think it was sickness. I thought it was. This strand of hair is trying to get in on the action here. See, my husband had surgery when he was a kid for a deviated septum. And since I've known him, he's been congested. That's just his status quo. He is just constantly stuffed. So when he gets a little more congested, it's usually when it's going to rain, or it has rained, or it's humid. We're in Florida. So when his level of congestion changes and he gets a drip, which then leads to a cough, we have to play this game. Are you sick, or is it allergies? Excuse me. So when he came home and was like, are you sick? He's like, no, because he didn't have any of the signs that he was sick. He gets a lot of, signs of getting sick. He starts to burp. And he goes from like having an appetite to no appetite in like a blink of an eye. He can't get anything down, no appetite. And he didn't have either of those things. No sign of a fever, nothing. So he was going along for a week going, it's allergies, and it's allergies. And I'm like, I don't think it's allergies. It wasn't allergies. And his students are dropping like flies. 3 were out in a day with sinus infections, and people are out. People are coming in sick and then leaving early. It's definitely gotten worse. I know everyone's like, it's this time of year, but since my husband's been teaching for like 10 or 11 years, like this time a decade ago, we weren't sick. He wasn't sick. Kids were not coming to school sick. And I know it's a whole like socio-economic conversation of kids going to school sick, but it's happening a lot more. And then these kids are not getting picked up when the school is calling about them being sick. I mean, at a school 2 years ago, my husband taught at, these kids, they could have been vomiting and nobody was going to come and pick them up. So my husband would have to like isolate them in the corner of a room with like the trash can and spraying Lysol everywhere. So it wasn't like this like a decade ago. So yeah. What was my point of all this? Anyway, I have no idea. So my daughter woke up sick yesterday, and my son has been trying to disinfect everything and make sure everybody's okay. He's been such a little helper, because today was going to the pumpkin patch and then a trunk or treat, and we can't do those now. And luckily they're not super disappointed. My kids, fortunately, you know, when you explain the why something can't be done, they are very accepting and understanding. You know, there's that initial level of disappointment, but then there's always, if we go out sick and we get others sick, we are continuing a cycle that we ourselves don't like. And I mean, who wants to schlep around outside in a costume with a sore throat and aches and stuff like that? That's just not fun. But it's disappointing that we can't do that, our little traditions. But we promised we would get McDonald's on the way home from the trunk or treat, so we're still going to go get McDonald's and bring it in. So, yeah. What else do I have to say? I will come back later with a menu plan video. Hopefully after I've showered and I feel like I've had a reset. I usually menu plan on Fridays, and I share it on Saturdays. And I usually try to menu plan early in the morning as my husband's getting ready to leave for work and my kids are still asleep, because I sit down and I menu plan, and I don't have that much opportunity to just sit down during the day and just have a block of time to do that. So I'm like menu planning like 5:45 in the morning type of thing. I was not going to do that yesterday. And I said to myself, I got the whole day to do it. I'm just lying around like a slug. I will menu plan some point today. Well, I did not. I menu planned this morning, which was kind of fun, because I also, like, certain videos would pop up of like how to stretch your meals. Like it's the 30s, the 40s, or the 50s. So they kind of were like inspirational for menu planning. But I'm thinking the meals that they were showing, they're not that cheap anymore. Homemade mac and cheese. Buying cheese? Taking a drink. Hydrating. Buying cheese is no longer economical. Even if you're buying it in the block form and doing it yourself, it's still a lot of money with how things are today. Hang on. And they're talking, you know, 1.5 pounds of ground beef. 1.5 pounds of ground beef. That's expensive, unfortunately. But they were fun videos to watch, and like I said, inspirational, and gave me ideas, and no muss, no fuss meals. But I would be curious to try to price out those economical, no waste, stretch your money meals of eras in the past, and what that would look like now. You know, all you need is some milk. Milk's expensive. Eggs, butter. The things that are staples for the pantry are expensive. I had to cut that clip fast. I felt the cough coming, and then I had to blow my nose, which clogged my ears. You know, everything's expensive, and we needed a new laptop. Our laptop is functioning, but the part that closes, you know, sandwich is shut. The strip that's over the button to turn it on is separating. It's cracking. We can't close it anymore because there's a possibility it won't open without separating completely. And then, like, you know, the innards of the keyboard half are exposed. If anybody's ever watched The Middle, we always joke, man, I'm really feeling like we're hicking it right now, because we'll use things till we can't use things. And even if it's not pretty, we're going to use it. But it was coming to the point where we were concerned that it was not going to function correctly anymore, simply because of the structural issue of it. But we didn't have any money for a laptop. They're expensive. Even for us, even the cheapo ones are expensive. And we work the system. We use credit cards. We pay them off fully with our budgeted money. So knock on wood, at this time in our life, we don't have credit card debt. But we rack up those points. So we cashed out points for a Best Buy gift card to pay for the laptop. It came yesterday, but given everybody's health state here, we haven't opened it yet. But that's just how sometimes you gotta figure it out. And we had enough points so that we can also get the kids the latest Pokemon game, because there was no way in the budget to find a random $60 plus, you know, tax to get a game. That's just the reality of things. But when cashing out the gift cards, I'm like, we can cash out for like an extra $70 and we can get the game that way. So that came yesterday. So that's been amusing, especially my daughter just laid up on the couch. And then I had to cash out points on we have 2 cards on the other card to put towards, because our steam mop broke. We just have a steam mop. We're not fancy people. And ours started to become incontinent and just randomly leak, even when not in use, but especially when in use. Cashed out a gift card to help pay for that. I have no idea what this video is about. I just needed to do something. Okay. I have no idea how long this is going to be. But thanks for listening to me blab. I'm going to go... I don't know what I'm going to go do. Okay. I hope you all are doing well. I know it's this we're heading into, and we're already in the season of illness, and I hope it has not found you yet. But thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.